What's going on, guys? Horror Junkies back with another one. Today, we're going to do Friday the 13th, the remake.
The good one.
Pretty fucking good. Actually, I like this one better than any of the originals. And I tell you why. Because Jason doesn't seem so supernatural in this one. You actually see this motherfucker running after people and shit. You know?
Jason is very much human in this one.
Yes, and that's why I like it. It's not the same old bullshit. Um, the guy that got playing him is absolutely amazing.
Derek Mears.
Derek Mears. Actually met Derek Mears this last July at Days of the Dead in Indy.
And he's been in a lot of shit.
Cool guy. Really cool guy. Tall as fuck. I mean, this dude's I'd look up at this motherfucker but a really nice guy. So at the beginning of the movie, they show his mom die.
During the opening credits, so it just gets it out of the way.
And then the actual opening scene before they show the title of the movie was absolutely fucking nuts. He slayed some motherfuckers quick. It was almost like it was the whole movie. and the title of the movie comes up, you're like, okay, here we go.
It's like, that was a good movie.
Yeah. So I actually really enjoy it. And you know me. I am really not that big of a Friday the 13th fan. I love Jason. And I love the concept of Jason and what he does. The look is absolutely amazing. But story-wise, all the other Friday the 13th to me is the same thing. It's the same movie over and over again.
With just a little bit of story.
This one is a lot different for me, which I actually enjoy this movie because it's not like the other ones. You know, normally you see Jason and somebody's running and he just pops up in front of them. This one's not like that. He actually runs after some motherfuckers and literally he throws fits when he can't.
He's got PTSD.
Catch somebody and shit. So.
And he does pop up places in this movie, but they explain there's a reason for it.
Yes.
Which I actually really like. He's not just fucking teleporting.
Right, because that's what it seems like in the other movies. You know, they turn around, he's right there. Boom. You know? So to me, this one's a lot different. And I actually really enjoy this movie. And unfortunately, they haven't made another one of these.
And there was a sequel planned to this one, but everybody decided to shit all over this movie for no reason.
Well,
so they canceled
shit all over them.
This is by far the best fucking one.
I agree with that. Like I said, I'm not a Friday the 13th fan. I love Jason, but this movie, I really, really enjoyed watching it.
Fucking, they decided to go the route to make Jason a hunter in this movie, which was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And he's not perfect. He's got PTSD. A lot of people in the real world have.
Yeah. He would get mad. You know, you could see it where he would get mad. And it didn't seem like, I mean, you could tell he was strong, but he didn't seem like he was supernatural strong. You know, when somebody would fight him back, they would go at it. You know what I mean?
Especially Clay.
Yes. Him and Clay had a really good fight. And I actually enjoyed it because Clay was kind of whooping his ass a little bit. You know what I mean? And it was enjoyable to watch that because normally you hit Jason, you stab Jason, he just stands there and doesn't act like nothing. This one acted like it hurt. He bled. You know what I mean? And it was just, I liked it all the way around.
What I think is hilarious about this movie is if you go back and watch the originals, they basically took the little bit of story they had in the first 4 movies and put it into one movie. Because there was so little story, you could literally put 4 movies into one.
Yeah.
And it is a pretty cohesive story.
And what I liked about this story was a girl goes missing, her brother comes looking for her, and everybody pretty much expects her to be dead, and she's not. He actually he actually keeps this woman captive
For months.
because it looks like his mother for the most part. And so it brings a different part to this movie that makes it enjoyable because then there's a plot. You know what I mean? There's a reason behind what Jason's doing.
And it also humanizes Jason even more.
And then,
which is great.
You know, not everybody dies at the end, you know? So, which is really cool.
That's what I really liked about. That's what a lot of people didn't like about this movie, how he kept Whitney alive. But I actually really like it for his character because he's human. He misses his mom.
Yes.
And she looks like his mom. So yeah, he's going to keep her around.
Yeah. I really, 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 really enjoyed this one over any other one. And I don't care if I make anybody mad over that statement. I really don't. Because I've never been that big of a Friday the 13th fan. So when I watch this movie, I actually enjoy it. It has a story, a plot, and it's actually decent.
It has some really good kills, too.
He be fucking some motherfuckers. You know, and it's just, you can see the human side in him. You know, and there was a little bit explaining at the beginning where his mom made it sound like he drowned, but after his mom died, he was there.
Right. I think in this one, they rewrote that. Where I think they rewrote it to where he didn't actually drown. She just thinks he did. So he was actually alive and watched her die.
Yeah.
And I actually really like Jason's motive for this movie. It's not like he's going around looking for people to kill. He just wants to be left alone.
It's kind of like it kind of reminds you of Halloween a little bit because that's basically Michael. I just want to be left the fuck alone. Let me go home and leave me the fuck alone. And so when people come to Camp Crystal Lake to camp, bunch of teenagers or college kids, that's fucking with his shit. You know what I mean? They're there to camp, not trying to hurt nobody, but yet at the same time, he don't want nobody around him. He don't want to be fucked with.
And also at the same time, yeah, they're there camping and they're not hurting nobody, but they can't just be there normally. They gotta go into Jason's house. They gotta go look at shit.
Yeah, take his mama's necklace. You know what I mean?
Take his mom's head.
They did. Like he reached in the wall and grabbed that shit.
Like, first of all, you can go. You ain't gotta be going all up into Jason's house.
There's always some stupid dude in it too. Like, oh, let's go. Come on, are you chicken? Let's just go. Where's your adventure? You know what I mean? Like, dude, just stay the fuck out of it. You know? And he won't.
He probably won't kill you.
Butcher the fuck out of it. You just leave him alone. You know? You go fucking with his shit, his mom's shit, his meemaw shit. You know what I mean? Just leave him alone.
And notice how at the beginning of the movie, when they were camping, they weren't actually in Camp Crystal Lake.
No, they was outside.
They were outside of it. But they decided that they wanted to go into the camp, and that's when the problem started.
Yes. Yes. So
if they would have just stayed on the outside, they probably would have been fine.
Wouldn't even have got fucked with. Because there was people, you know, because they never showed this before either. There's people living around
Jason.
Camp Crystal Lake. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't fuck with none of them.
Because they leave him alone.
You know, and they know the story. They know him.
They know he's alive.
They know what happens. And so they don't fuck with the camp. They just stay to themselves and they don't do anything, and he don't fuck with them neither.
That's one of the parts of the movie I really enjoyed is the people who live around Camp Crystal, they know he's alive.
Yes.
And they don't mess with him.
Just like the guy that's looking for
Yeah, Clay, when he goes
looking for his sister, he goes to some old lady's house and she's like, "Oh, she's dead."
when
And he
people go
don't.
missing around here, they're gone.
Yeah, and he don't want nobody around. You
She's
know.
like, we just want to be left alone, and so does he.
Yeah.
Like, people know Jason is alive, and they know that if you mess with him, he's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So even though we both really like this movie, let's talk about one part of the movie we don't like, which is Trent.
He's a douche.
I can't stand.
He's a. I was glad when he died. He got fucked up too. Like I'm glad because he was just a dick, calling everybody else dicks. But he was a dick.
Mm-hmm.
He was an absolute asshole. And one of the really cool things I did like, and you pointed it out, was an Easter egg to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I thought was really awesome. Thought it was cool as shit.
And it was the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Which, if you, I don't. The funny part is, I've seen so many people review this movie, but out of all of them, they've never talked about this part. So I don't know if nobody notices it or if nobody just gives a shit. But when Jason kills Trent and he throws him on the back of this truck, the guy who's driving the truck is from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes.
And it's the same truck.
Same tow truck.
Like, I don't know if nobody noticed that but I noticed it.
So, what's the cast looking like? It had pretty interesting cast.
So we got Derek Mears, the man, who plays Jason. Nana Visitor, who plays Pamela Voorhees. I thought she did pretty good.
She did.
I mean, she wasn't as good as the original.
She kind of looked like the original a little bit too. Yeah. So they casted that part really well, I believe.
Jared Padalecki from Supernatural plays Clay. Nick Manel played Mike, Whitney's boyfriend, who also played Bob in Rob Zombie's Halloween. We got Danielle Panabaker, who plays Jenna. She's been in a lot of like Disney shit, and she's on The Flash. I really enjoy her. We got Kyle Davis, who played Donnie, who was you almost opened up the machine on the whoop ass machine, boy.
Yes, that was great.
Travis Van Winkle, who plays Trent. I guarantee he got bullied as a kid with that name. Winkle. Bullwinkle. Juliana Gill, however the fuck you say that, played Bree. Amanda Rietti played Whitney. America Olivo.
What?
Yeah. Played Amanda from the beginning, who burned in the sleeping bag.
Right.
Aaron,
her name's America?
Yeah. Merc. We got Aaron Yu, who played Chewie. Easily the funniest fucking character in the movie. While he's drunk and he's walking by a bug zapper and he goes, "What?" Hey.
Man, you know, once he's in the garage and 1 second he's playing basketball, and next minute he's playing hockey.
He's sitting there drinking wine and he goes, "You could grease wheels with this shit." Willa Ford, who plays Chelsea. I feel like I know her name from somewhere, but I cannot pinpoint where it's from.
Yeah, me neither.
Ben Feldman, who plays Richie, he's been in a bunch of shit. He was in a horror movie called As Above, So Below, about the tunnels underneath Paris that are supposedly haunted in real life. That's a really good movie. Arlen Escarbeta, who played Lawrence. He was fucking hilarious. Jonathan Sadowski, who played Wade. Wade's stupid. He was funny, though. Ryan Hansen, who played Nolan. The guy who drove the boat and got the arrow in his head. He's annoying.
Yes, he was. He was very annoying.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for cast. It doesn't say who played the old lady, but I liked her scene.
Yeah. Yeah, she was kind of creepy, too. Like, really
she kind of reminded me of that old lady in Jeepers Creepers.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, if you guys have not seen this movie at all, which at this point I don't know who hasn't,
Yeah, it came out in
uh,
2009.
but check it out. It's absolute. I like it, and that's kind of strong from me coming because I do not like Friday 13th, but I do like this one. Um, the kills were great.
Oh,
There was I didn't notice a lot of blood,
there was a lot. There was
but there was some,
Yeah.
but not as much as you would think for a
Yeah.
Friday 13th movie.
especially considering this movie came out the same exact year as Halloween or Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which was very fucking gory.
Yeah. But there, I mean, like they did kind of Easter egg the whole Jason in the sleeping bag thing. They just went a whole different way about it,
Yeah.
which was kind of cool. I
But
did
they
like
did-
that part.
At the beginning of the movie, he has his sack on his head.
That's cool too. I did like that too. Just I liked it.
You know what's crazy to me? Just to even think about. Jason has been asleep for almost 20 years.
Yeah, it's time to bring Jason. It's time to wake him up.
Yeah.
And give us something fresh and something new that we haven't seen yet. Because that's,
Which would have been the sequel to this movie.
that was this,
Yeah.
but they could have kept this going if, and I don't know that, they don't go off of what people say about shit.
No, that's why they didn't make the sequel. It's because everybody was shitting all over this movie saying it was horrible.
I kind of know. Would it make in the box office, though? Because that's what's going to determine. And maybe people just didn't go see it.
Oh, no, it more than doubled its budget.
So I don't necessarily believe that people have that. I mean, look at Halloween Ends. Come on.
I mean, everybody shit all over Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and we didn't get a movie for almost 10 years.
Well, it's probably going to happen this time with Halloween Ends too, because which there's rumors going around right now on the internet about what's going to happen with Halloween, so we just don't know.
And supposedly there's a series in the works for Friday the 13th. But we'll see how that turns out. Because from what I've read about it, it's supposed to be a prequel.
Yes.
Which I don't know if I'm down with that.
I think it's, what, HBO?
I think it's on Peacock.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
But I don't know if I'm down with that because I want to see Jason. I don't want to see
Well,
Jason.
The one I seen is they was like, okay, they did an interview and they was like, okay, are we gonna see Jason? And so the prequel was supposed to take place before Jason, and there was talk about during Jason and after Jason. So at some point, because the guy that's making the series, he is very open for 10 seasons, at least open for 10.
Do you think a Friday the 13th series could go for 10 seasons?
Just depends on how I could see a prequel taking off pretty nicely. But it's like, okay, where are they going to start?
Right.
What's it going to be? Because prequel is just going to be Jason's mom for the most part, or maybe they go back with history of Camp Crystal Lake and all the things that may have happened at this lake.
The one thing I would like to see, if it turns out to be a prequel, show us, because we've never seen him in any of the movies, show us Elias Voorhees, which is Jason's father.
Well, and that may be what this is going to take place at. But they did say that Jason was going to be in it. So
do yourselves a favor, Peacock, and get Derek Mears to play him.
Yes.
Either him or Kane Hodder. One of the two.
Well, if you don't do one of those two, you're going to go wrong, for one. Unless they're just going to bring some new fucking guy in. And if they do that, hopefully he's gonna knock it out of the ballpark. Maybe, but everybody knows Jason Voorhees as two different people, and that's it. And everybody's favorite is Kane, and everybody knows that.
Personally, my favorite's Derek.
I don't see.
My personal favorite for Jason actor is Derek Mears.
I like him
love
too.
Derek Mears as Jason.
I absolutely like him too. I honestly don't see Kane being interested. Maybe
I mean, he is. I mean,
it's possible.
I mean, he is doing Hatchet, but you can always do both. So
Depends on if he wants to work that much anymore. You know, he's
Right.
getting up there in age too.
and he ain't got no neck. It's hard. It's kind of hard to work when you ain't got no neck.
When you can't turn your head.
I swear to God, you ever seen like Batman?
So I believe if they did this, if they did this series correctly, it could work. But you're gonna have to give for a TV series, you're gonna have to keep people interested, and you're gonna have to come up with something different that nobody's seen yet. And so for a horror TV series, and especially being iconic as Friday the 13th, you're going to have to go far and beyond to keep this audience pleased and show them something they haven't seen before. Not everybody's going to like it. We know that. We know that as of this movie. And you're going to have all your critics. Everybody with this series is a critic.
Right.
Or they think they are.
And don't get it twisted. Horror series can be successful. You got the Scream series, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You got Chucky. He's doing good.
Yes.
I haven't watched the second season yet, but from what I've seen of the first, he's doing good so far. And you know, have we had any other?
No, I believe that's it.
They
I
are
think
talking about making a Halloween series, but I don't see that working.
There's a lot of pissed off people right now with that, so we'll see. I don't know. It's going to be hard to determine on. Obviously, the whole Friday the 13th series thing is in the works. I believe they may even be filming. It's kind of hard to. I haven't heard anything much on it lately, but that's where we're at with that. So,
and at one point in time, I'm pretty sure I read, or they were reporting that LeBron James was trying to make a Friday the 13th movie a couple of years ago. What was he going to have Jason do? Play basketball?
Let's hope not. No LeBron.
No.
Keep all them really ridiculous famous people out of it. You know what I mean? And if you put LeBron James in it, please kill him real quick.
You want to have Jason have a really good fight? Put him up against Dwayne Johnson. Or Vin Diesel. He's all about family.
Yeah. Maybe that could be like the last Fast and the Furious.
They go to space and Jason's there.
So, guys, appreciate you guys watching our videos and leaving those thumbs up, leaving comments. Really, really appreciate that shit. Enjoying ourselves doing these videos. Like always, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. You know I was gonna say that.
And now, for your entertainment, we're gonna go torture ourselves by watching something for our next video.
So that's it for this one, guys. Until next time, this is Horror Junkies, and we're out.